And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Sweet cut there. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
That looks like a real simple play by the wide receiver, but give him a ton of credit. That was an excellent route. He never telegraphed that he was breaking to the outside. Kept his eyes downfield, so when he cuts, he's able to get maximum separation from the defender, and that's why that play is successful.
You want to get the crowd out of the game? Make it boring. Pound the football. Run the football right at them. It takes the juice away. It takes that sauce away. You don't get to those third down situations where they get absolutely bonkers, and it's hard for the quarterback to even think. Just run the football right at them.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll run it to the right side. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Stands in and takes the hit. Grabs it inside the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. And the Wolverines had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the backs, going for the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. He picks it up. That's a live ball. He's at the 50. Past the 30. The 10. He takes it all the way back for the defensive two-point conversion.
I love the effort by the field goal unit. They don't just take the play off. They don't hang their heads. They rush the extra point. Look at that. Get their hand up, get a paw on it, pick it up, and take it all the way back for 2 points and gain some momentum for this defense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Turning it on! Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance, this dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Let's go! Let's go!
On the run, it's Knight. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
On third down, he drops to throw. Grabs it in the middle. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on third down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. Looking left. Hauls it in. And they swarm him under. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. There he goes. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. He now has 72 yards on the ground, and they wanted to have an identity as a running team, and he's giving them that in the season opener. The Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Handoff to the single back. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Into the end zone for the two-point conversion as they extend the lead.
It's nice to have a running back at the quarterback spot, a guy that can make that second play. Looks like a pass. What can he do? He turns it into a run, finds the end zone, gets the two-point conversion.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Quarterback making checks. They'll run it from the gun. Breaks into the open. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we've got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. It's caught. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. The hand to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He's got it on the run. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on third down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2.
And this is an area of the field, man, who can be more physical. And you know I'm going to run the football a lot of times on these goal-to-go situations. First and goal, can I be physical? Can I get closer? The defense won that physical battle. Interested to see now if the offense thinks they can still run.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan.
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good. The lead is 19. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
And the matchup of 1 versus 2 just wrapped up, and we have a final update for you. Florida State took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2013 Seminoles team led by Jameis Winston, Devontae Freeman, and Kelvin Benjamin would just steamroll teams. We'll see a lot of big games this season, but few will have as much of an impact on the big picture as 1 versus 2, and how this one played out, guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. For an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Got it set up on the outside. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, the offense is trying to throw for it in their own end on 3rd down, and quarterback receiver not quite on the same page, and they're lucky because that was almost picked off.
They punted away on 4th down. Wants to bring it back. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough.
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Well, you can see why this team thinks this kid has a real bright future. It's amazing. He's only a true freshman. He's not built like one, though, and you saw it on that last play. Trust me, that is the first of many sacks in this kid's collegiate career.
Wants to go up top. Fires to the middle. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Finds his man. It's Gentry. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Wolverines. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. That his 40th 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Complete to start this drive. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
Makes the catch. It's Knight. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on third down. I know we're in the second quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime, and get a little juju going.
Just keep giving him the easy catches until they do something to stop it.
Yeah, you're going to dictate to the defense. You're going to make the defense cover him up, and then obviously it leaves the middle of the field a little bit more wide open for receiver, for a tight end. So QB keeps making the right decision, getting the ball to running back, and he's making plays.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll go to the air on third and short. He rifles one deep to the left. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that third and short.
He's got it, first down and more. Inside the 25, stopped at the 24. Clock will stop to move the chains. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Makes the grab. It's Knight. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They got a 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Lets it fly. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. He just set sail for the end zone after the pick and turns it into a 2-point return.
That keeps the score. Michigan.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll leave it with him. And the run goes nowhere, and that'll send us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway.
Set to kick it off.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Singletary. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Still running at the 40. There he goes to the left. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
From the gun. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
To the air on 2nd down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, this is exactly what you need to see from this defense to start the second half. If you're down, you got to create some momentum. You got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the second half for this defense.
The short hands, it's Gentry. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got the score. You got the stop. This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball game.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute, keep this thing going down the field. And if things go well, like David said, we've got a game.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. How about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the first down, and let's see if they go for it here. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to throw it. Here's the pressure. Takes a hit as he fires. And that is interception number 3 on the day. All kinds of room to the right. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Second down, he'll throw it. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be. Makes the grab past the marker. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he showed you the arm talent on the throw.
And quarterbacks got to understand, I know you got your favorites, and you look out there and you're, that guy's really good. I'm going to find ways to get him, but I got to take what the defense gives me, and double coverage is probably not the avenue that I want to go attack consistently.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And the offense has found a lot of success throwing to this guy out of the slot. He's done a nice job working the middle of the field, winning his one-on-one matchups, and this quarterback really feels a good rhythm when he's looking his way.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground.
Turning it on! Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the first down.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Makes the grab. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to fourth.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up fourth.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. LSU will get a first down.
And in these situations, you're never looked at poorly, right? You can go for these situations because it's a really long field goal, so it's not a guaranteed make, or I can be aggressive offensively, and I like the choice. Be aggressive, get the first down. Nice job by the offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the third quarter will wrap up with a big sack. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first three periods. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something. And
another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. Back to pass on second down. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end down the gut. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with a first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
The Wolverines really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Hey, it was a good run, right? You had the first down. You knew you had the first down. Now just take care of that football. You see a lot of times those second efforts fighting for extra yards, and that's when running backs seem to cough it up.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, you could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead.
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Smart move to keep it on the ground. It's a fumble on the play. Offense scoops it up and still going. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Got a man, it's Gentry. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. They'll try to pop the draw. Got enough for the first. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Slithers into space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. You win a game like this against a higher-ranked team in the top 10 behind this rushing attack, and you will have opened some eyes after this game.
Yeah, early in the season, being able to open some eyes and say, listen, we're legit, we're for real, we're physical. You better bring your lunchbox when you play us. This is a great start to the season.
It's going to give them a lot of confidence, too, David, because you look at this team's schedule down the road, they're going to need to be able to run the ball. They're going to have to be physical if they want to keep winning, and they want that number beside their name to keep getting smaller and smaller.
The sure hands, it's Miranda. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. This win, guys, if they can finish it off behind this passing attack today, figures to vault them several notches up in the rankings and serve notice of what they're capable of.
It's funny, we're watching this one now, and some people may be surprised because of the numbers besides each of the team's names. By the end of the year, though, this may have been an obvious decision because of how well this team throws the football, David. They are electric through the air.
And listen, it's still early in the season, but you're proving your passing attack, and you're proving you got an offense to be dealt with. And you're also putting this one on the schedule for the playoff committee to circle and say, there's a top 10 win. Please continue to rise me up the charts.
Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better